4. Alright, guitar legends, Sam Wild here. Really nice song today. We have a verse part, a pre-chorus part, and the chorus part. And that happens 3 times in total, right? And they're all pretty much the same, which is awesome. Alright, now for those of you that are more advanced, I'm about to show you a much cooler way of playing the intro. You can just play the verse part over the intro, so if you're not advanced, just skip ahead to the verse part. For those of you that want to try and learn this, this is how we're going to play the intro. We start with the bass line and some optional slaps on beat 2 and 4 like this. Okay, so just start with your first finger on 7th fret A string. Now I pick down, 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 up, down. So I go up on the E string note and down on the A string note. All the first finger here, you just kind of bump it up and back down again. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, then we do the same thing on the 4th fret. Okay, but to get into it, you can do this little rundown. Da, da, da. So 4th, 3rd, 1st. If that's too tricky, just miss out the 3rd finger note, so you can just do like that, just use the 4th finger. So we have, then thumb, we need the thumb here because later on we're going to play this chord, so we need to get used to using the thumb in the right place. So we play dun 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 like that. Again, you go up on that fast note, up down like that. So down 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 up down, down 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 down, and then we finish here 8th fret to 7th fret. Okay, now you can add a slap on beats 2 and 4 if you're a little bit more advanced. So it sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we add the chords. Now, so this part is the trickiest part of the whole song, because this is more advanced than what I'm showing you, but also just because we're doing chords and bass line. So we're going to play E major 7, which by the way we need to learn anyway. So what I do is I strum through the chord quite quickly, and then I come back up to complete the bass note. So the first finger is going to move just as it was before, but the other 3 have to stay there. Okay, then we have to quickly move over. Now here, it's quite hard to jump straight into the chord, so I tend to hammer them on after. So first finger bars on the 4th fret, and then you bring 2nd and 3rd finger down. So you can see by the chord diagram they need to be down. So you kind of go bend and bend. Or, easier version, just pinky, then you do it. Gives you a bit more time, just like this. You hear that? Bum, 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 bum. Much easier to just have the pinky and not 3 notes. Just do 2 notes if it's easier. Again, we're going to strum through the chord and then hit the bass note, continue it. Thumb comes up, bom, 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 bom. So we have this first note, dom, bom, then the whole chord, like that. Again, look at the diagram. Really take your time with this and pause the video for each chord. So we have E major 7, so just work on that. Then you move over to C sharp minor 7. So you work on this part on its own. Then you practice changing to A major 7 with the thumb. Alright, now the second time around we need to move to C major 7 a bit quicker. So same thing, we go dun 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 dun. The same pattern here on the 3rd fret, but now we have C major 7 instead of the E major 7. Then we have 1 B minor 7. We're essentially adding an extra strum at the end of this little bass line. Dun 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 dun. So we strum on the first note and on the last note of this little C major 7 riff. Like that. You don't even have to play those top notes. Just do it without. It's fine. Simplify it if you need to. Just do it like that. Bom, 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 bom. Bom, 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 bom. Okay, so let's try and play this whole introduction. Make sure you practice the first bit and the second bit before you try and play with me. Or just listen so you get an idea, then pause the video and practice. Here we go. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dun, 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 dun. When I wake up in the morning, and then we go into the verse. You'll notice that we don't have the slaps on the second part of that intro. It's just chords. You can if you want. It's just really hard. And you have to hit the guitar instead. Alright, so let's dive into this verse. Remember, the verse is very similar to the chorus part anyway, so if you can spend some serious time on this verse, the rest of the song is going to be straightforward. First chord's E major 7. It is a bar chord, alright? If you play it down here, it's easier, but it doesn't quite sound right. So my advice is to keep it up here. Okay, I will show you these open chord variations instead for those of you that really struggle with bar chords, but it won't sound quite as good, alright? So this is the bar chord. Take your time, pause the video, learn this. We'll go over the rhythm in a second here. The next chord is C sharp minor 7. So I play it like this. You can kind of do like a more open version of C minor, which might be easier on the wrist for some of you. Okay, but I play a full bar chord. A major 7. Now, A major 7 you could play here. Okay, this is probably a little easier than doing a bar chord version. Okay, so you can do this for A major 7, but I tend to stay where I am and just move up from C sharp minor 7 to this shape. So this is not a bar chord, so it's actually probably the only chord I play that's nice on the wrist in this song. Okay, you can have the open A or not, block it with the thumb, it makes no difference. We've got 2 more chords, C major 7. So this is exactly the same shape as E major 7, guys, but now we're on the 3rd fret. If you want an open chord version, you can play C major 7 like this. Okay, you can add the 4th finger to E string 3rd fret if you want. You can even make it just a normal C major. Maybe add that top G note in there. Alright, then we have B minor 7. Again, another bar chord. I kind of drag my finger towards my body for this chord just to, it's just a bit easier on the wrist when you do it that way. So you get these fingers first, then you drag the first finger in a bit, keeping them a bit closer together. Okay, it's easier on the wrist than spreading them out, trust me. If you want an open version, you can play like this, which is a little bit easier on the wrist, or add the fourth finger if you can. Alright, this is an open version. So let me show you what this sounds like if we use the open chords. It doesn't quite sound as good, but I'll just show you that it is still okay. We have E major, C sharp minor, A major 7, C, B minor 7 on the end there. So it still works with open chord, but if we do it with the bar chords, the actual chords, it sounds nicer. Watch. It sounds more true to the song, right? But I appreciate some of you might struggle with bar chords, so just do the open chord version if you need to. For those of you that want to take your playing to the next level, make sure you sign up to my premium membership website. You'll gain access to all my backing tracks, all of my lessons, and I'll teach you how to improvise, solo, and play advanced chords. Enjoy the rest of your lesson, guys. Alright, let's have a look at the rhythm. So this rhythm we're going to be able to apply to the whole song, which is really handy. So take your time with it. Once you've got it, it works everywhere. Alright. Now, some of you might question this rhythm, but let me explain how I got there. Alright, bear in mind you got the bass line. You've got the guitar going. Something like that. You've also got some wah-wah guitars going. But if it's just you and a guitar, everything needs to be combined. Drums, bass, guitar, everything needs to have a rhythm that just fits for the whole thing. Alright, so this is what I've come up with. We have down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, up, down, 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 down. Okay, this kind of joins everything together, so it works if it's just you and a guitar, but also it works when you're playing along to the song. So start on your E major 7, or if you're doing an open chord version, E major. We're playing down, down, up, up, down, down. Okay, just do that with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, up, down, down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, up, down, down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, down, up, up, down, down. Now I add another down, up right on the end as I'm changing chord. Okay, if you're staying on a chord, then obviously you can add the down, up as well. So just listen now. If I add in that down, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. You hear where that is? Right at the end. Down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, down. Okay, so this down up is just to add on to the end of the rhythm. It's optional, that's why it's in brackets. Now, we're currently in the verse part, aren't we? So to make this rhythm a bit more bouncy, and this is optional, you don't have to do this, we can actually do it like this. So just try this on E major 7, don't worry about changing chords yet. What we're going to do is after the second down, we release the chord pressure. So that squeeze is just going to come off for a second, like this. And then it stops the vibrations. And then we bring it back in just for an up, and then release it again. So down, down, up, down, down, up. That's why there's a dot after the down and the up there, because we can release the chord hand temporarily, just momentarily, sorry. Down, up, down, down, up. Alright, the rest of the rhythm, we can bring it back in. Okay, just try this a little slower with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, down. Wait. 1, 2, 3, and again. Down, down, up, down, down. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, down. Now let's try and add that optional down, up onto the end of this. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, down, down. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, down, down. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, down, down. Up. 1, 2. Okay, so that's the rhythm for the verse part. We can also do the exact same rhythm for the pre-chorus. So let's just go over when the chords change for the verse and also for the pre-chorus. So in terms of changing chords, just watch out for the end of this chord progression here, because in the verse it's going to change each time. So the first time we do E major 7, C sharp minor 7, A major 7, A major 7. So just watch out for the end here. We do 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. Just all downs. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So just listen again. A major 7. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now the second time round in the verse, we're going to change it slightly. Okay, this is what happens in the chorus as well. So we go down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, change, down, 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 down. So all we've done is we've gone to C major 7 2 beats earlier instead of A major 7. As you can see, the comparison here is very similar. Okay, just watch out for that. Moving on swiftly to the pre-chorus, which is very easy. We just swap between C major 7 and B minor 7. Alright, so we just play it. Then I look at you, and I know alright with you. And again. Then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be. Now I like to play down, 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 down. I build up that B minor 7 just by going down, 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 down. Okay, so that's an optional thing. If you want to, you can just keep the rhythm the same, but I like to do that. And I know it's gonna be a lovely day. A lovely day. Now, to make this chorus really come alive, there's 2 things we're gonna do. The first thing is, for the rhythm, we can do the same thing, yes, but you can actually make it easier, take out the bounces in the chord hand, to just keep it all flowy. There's no dots this time, it just goes down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. There's no bouncing, alright, which is easier and it sounds more flowing, alright. The other thing is, see if you can get the open strings in a bit more. So for E major 7, you can kind of bring the wrist forward and down slightly. So take the first finger away, you get the E string is now free to ring, whereas before we had the bar in the chorus, and try and get the low E as well. And obviously play louder as well. So now it's suddenly, you get this really awesome loud. In fact, you can even take the 4th finger off and get open B as well if you want to. I tend not to. Likewise with C sharp minor 7 and also the high E again, you can try and get that a little bit more difficult for the wrist, but keeps that loud, constant vibration going on there. Then we have A major 7, so you can try and make sure you got the open A in there. Then we have C major 7. Again, you can have open E in there if you want to. Even on B minor 7, you could have the open E. I tend to just keep those bar chords though. It's this first chord that's important. Because then you start the chorus with the bang, right? The other thing is you can kind of fill the gaps with the hand a little bit. Down, down, up, up, down, down. Just add in between notes, in between rhythms if you want. When I wake up in the morning. Now there's a noticeable difference when we go back into the verse, right? So there's subtle changes in the rhythm that are going to make it sound way bigger in the chorus and then nice and funky in the verse, right? Last thing to watch out for in the chorus, all right? Remember that in the verse we had two variations. Have a look at this. In the chorus we just play the second variation. So we go to that C major 7 sooner every time in the chorus. You can tell by the bass, what the bass guitar is playing, that's defining the chords, right? So we listen to that, we can hear he goes to C major 7. So we have this. Just like the verse, we're gonna go here. Right? You'll notice that I'm kind of adding in between downs here. So on those last chords I'm going bum, 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 bum. You hear the little quiet down in between, loud, quiet, loud, quiet. You can add that in. So you have a bit more drive, right? Whereas in the verse it was just. In the chorus, you want to drive it a bit more. Yeah, just adding in between rhythms, you don't have to do that. Alright, you're almost ready for the play along, guys, but I want to show you one more thing that some of you might be interested in or even confused by. When you're playing along to the song, you might be tempted to play like this. So you're doing chords, just as I've shown you. But instead of B minor 7, your brain might want to go. Alright, I might want to play this D major 7 instead of the B minor 7. Okay, now first thing I need to say is the bass definitely hits a B. Okay, and then you might think, oh, well maybe it's the D major 7 with B in the bass then. But if we play that, sounds a bit weird, even if I go over here, get those more natural notes in. It almost turns into like a B11, which isn't what we hear in the song, right? So just be really careful here. You can play D major, and that will fit over B minor 7. Right, that fits. Just make sure it's not a major 7, because that note might clash with what's in the song. Alright, that's what's making it sound odd. But B minor 7 is what happens in the song. Okay, I know kind of, if it's just you and a guitar, you can do this. You can do D major 7. If it's just you and a guitar, it doesn't really matter what the bass is doing, what the rest of the band is doing, right? Because it's just you. So I'm just showing you that's an option to replace the B minor 7. And the reason it's a good option is because we're just moving that shape up from C major to E major 7. So it saves us jumping up from B minor 7. It's easier on the wrist. Alright, and it just adds in that really nice tone movement. So that is an option if it's just you and a guitar, but if you're playing with the band, with the bass guitarist, if you're playing to the song, then trust me, B minor 7 is the correct chord. Alright, that's just about everything, guys. If you found this video helpful in any way, please give it a like. That means other people are more likely to find this video and benefit from it as well. Alright, make sure you subscribe as well. Get notifications for future videos. Alright, the play along is coming up. It is a wrist workout, guys. It's going to strengthen your wrists playing the song because of all the bar chords. Alright, so if your wrist gets tired, I just have a little break, come back to it in a day or two, and your wrist will be stronger from playing this song. So this song's not just fun to play, it's actually a really good workout for your bar chords and wrist muscles too, all right? So good luck with the play along, guys. I'll see you in the next video. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.